Have you ever opened a code file and seen a comment like this? Magic happens here. Or maybe this one. Do not touch this code. And suddenly you feel scared to change anything. The truth is, most code comments developers write are completely useless. Sometimes they even make the code more confusing. In this video, I'll show you 5 simple rules for writing meaningful code comments, the kind of comments that actually help developers instead of confusing them. When we start programming, we usually think something like this. More comments mean better code. So we start writing comments everywhere. But as you gain experience, you realize something important. Great code often needs fewer comments. Good code explains itself. Comments should only exist when they add real value. Let's start with the first rule. Rule number 1. Comments should explain why, not what. One of the most common mistakes developers make is writing comments that describe exactly what the code already shows. For example, imagine a comment that says increment counter, right above a line that simply increases the counter. Anyone reading the code already knows what it does, so the comment adds no value. Instead, comments should explain why something exists. For example, imagine a comment that explains that we retry an API call if the network temporarily fails. Now, the comment provides context, and context is what developers actually need when reading code. Rule number 2. Good naming removes the need for comments. Many comments exist only because the code itself is poorly named. For example, imagine a function called calc and a comment above it that says calculate total. Instead of writing the comment, simply rename the function to something meaningful like calculate total price with tax. Now the code explains itself. This is one of the core ideas of clean code. If your code needs too many comments, improve the code instead. Rule number 3. Comments are useful for complex logic. Some parts of code are genuinely difficult to understand. For example, complicated business rules, performance optimizations, or tricky conditions. In these situations, comments can be extremely helpful. A comment might explain that a certain optimization exists to prevent rebuilding the entire widget tree during scrolling. Without that explanation, a future developer might remove the code and accidentally introduce a performance problem. So when logic becomes complex, a short explanation can save a lot of confusion. Rule number 4. Outdated comments are dangerous. Outdated comments are actually worse than having no comments at all, because they mislead developers. Imagine a comment that says fetch user profile, but the function now fetches user settings. The comment says one thing, but the code does something else. Now anyone reading the file becomes confused. Whenever code changes, the comment must also be updated. If not, it's usually better to remove the comment entirely. Rule number 5. Use comments for warnings and temporary notes. Sometimes comments are useful to warn other developers. For example, when there is a temporary workaround or a known issue. You might leave a comment saying that this code should be replaced once the backend API is updated. Or you might explain that a certain block of code is a workaround for a specific bug. These comments help prevent future developers from accidentally breaking something important. If you follow these simple rules, your code will become easier to read, easier to maintain, and much easier for other developers to understand. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about clean code, Flutter development, and better programming practices, consider subscribing. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.